Hey, this is Gracie and Conjay. So, I was watching I watched now two full playthroughs of FNAF Security Breach Ruin. This is one of them. This is like the first one I watched, and it also gives you like all of the endings that are known at this point, anyways. So, yeah. But I was sitting and watching actually exactly this, and I was just like, huh. Well, I think I know what's going on. And I've not heard anyone else say this. Like, I've seen some other videos, and I've not heard anyone say exactly this. I've heard, different things, and I will get to it in a bit. I just wanted to show you this little clip of, what I'm going to talk about. So, yeah. And I mean, watch, FNAF's, full, video if you want to see, more. Also, the other two endings are also at the end of this, so further closer to the end. So you can see the other endings as well. Um, yeah. So if you want to see more of Ruin, then I would recommend this video. I will also watch the game theorists or yeah, it's GT not live or live. I don't know. I think it actually was live this time. But yeah, so I watched that too, but that didn't come out as soon as everyone else's, so that's why I watched this one because I was just like, well, I want to see the end now. So yeah, and this was on what was already out at that point, so yeah. But anyways, let's just get to it, and I'll tell you everything. And I'm not gonna do it with sound, so yeah. So we see Cassie get into the elevator, and the mimic is following. Nearly catches her, but then gets its hand chopped off, and so. And then we hear Gregory over the speakers saying, "Cassie, it's me. I think I need to explain a few things. You're never supposed to go to the Pizzaplex. That thing in the Cinco tricked you. I really don't know what it is, but it's been trapped down there a real long time. That's Mac's security program was designed to keep it hidden, but you shut down the security. Now it's not your fault, but I know you did it for me. Sorry. Okay, anyways, I know you did it for me, that you were trying to save me, but we can't risk being followed. I'm sorry. And then the elevator falls, and Cassie goes like, Gregory, no. So yeah, this is exactly what I want to talk about, because, and I've seen so many people say, oh, why did Gregory, now I can't even remember the word. Why did Gregory betray Cassie? Like, isn't Gregory the good guy? What happened? And I mean I've seen people say several different things. Some people have been saying that oh maybe it's just a mimic. That because you do hear this kind of and you also saw it right? That it was a change in talking kind of you got um one uh, one line over the other like this one. Um, which I think that might just be so that you're so that you fully get what is being said and stuff so that you don't miss it. So it might just be making a point out of that. Don't miss this because this is plot twist or yeah. And you do hear this noise over the speakers that is it's a high screeching noise, kind of if it were to be turned off or on or something, I guess. So some people have said that what if it's the mimic saying that? And while I mean Sure, that's a possibility. I don't see how the mimic could actually, like cut the cords for the elevator. Because, like the elevator is going up, right? Um, at least it seems to me like it's going up. And the mimic, like would be below then. So how would the mimic be able to then cut the cords that are on top? You know? Or I would think that that's how an elevator works, that, the cords would be on top. Or at least you would cut the cords on top to have it fall. So yeah. Um, and also I just don't see why the mimic would do that. Because, like the mimic would want to get out. And how do you get out if you got the cords to possibly the only elevator that exists? Because, like we're not going back out the other way, so that might be locked or something now. Um, and sure, this might be supposed to be like the same elevator that we got in through, so and that this is just like a shortcut or something, who knows? But anyways, like if this is the only elevator, you know, then why would you cut the cords to the only way out? Like that's just I mean, isn't the mimic supposed to be a little more intelligent than that? So, I mean, while it is possible, I don't see why. But then the question remains, like, if it's not the mimic, then why would Gregory betray Cassie? And what if he didn't? And no, I'm not saying that, oh, what if the other endings are the canon one, or, um, like I said, what if it isn't Gregory doing this? Because I think it is. So then, what if this is not betraying Cassie? We're just making sure that we are not being followed. Okay, go back like. Yeah, but we can't risk being followed. What if the we he's talking about is Cassie as well? Like, we can't risk that you were being followed either. And cutting the cord makes it so that the mimic can't use the elevator and can't get out. But maybe Cassie still can. Because, you do realize that, okay, the elevator would maybe be going a little bit up and stuff. But not far enough up that it would, like, come crashing through the floor. Um, so it does seem like there is something further down. And what that is, I have no clue. I've seen some people, like, before the ruin, like, released, maybe speculate that we were gonna, like, see the sister location bunker. So, I mean, who knows, maybe that's what's further down. But yeah, so, but it does definitely seem like there is something further down. Because it does seem like she kind of falls for a bit. And, I mean, like, sure, if an elevator, like, comes falling from a great distance, it could actually fall through the floor, but I don't know how long it would fall then, because, I mean, if it's just solid ground, I would assume that it would just, like, maybe it would go a little bit down, but I would say probably not. So it does seem like there is something further down, and that the elevator actually could go further down than this. So maybe Gregory actually knows that there is a way out further down, and he's just like, cutting the cord so that Cassie can get out. because she's just gonna fall a little bit down, but then the mimic can't get out. Okay, I just want to see if that one was still on. Because I was thinking, that kind of looks like the eyes of the mimic. So I was thinking, like, okay, maybe it's just the mimic all the time, but I don't think so. So, yeah. And how we can pretty much know that Cassie is still alive. Oh, sorry, that's an ad. But yeah, how we can know is that, well, you'll see it in a bit. But she falls for a while, you know? Okay, it's gonna take a bit of time, sorry. But yeah, but we actually do know that she didn't die. Like, sure, she could be, like, heavily injured and could die from the injuries, but she's still alive when we end this. And of course, like, we can't know if Gregory would know that, oh yeah, she'll definitely survive. But I mean, like, he must have known that she could have, right? Because, there's always the possibility that you will survive, even though maybe it's like 0% chance or something. So, I would say that the, like, shorter the fall, the more likely it would be probably for you to survive an elevator falling. So, and while it does seem like it goes for a little bit, it doesn't seem like it goes for that long. So, it seems like there's like maybe one or two floors further down. So, yeah. Sorry, that's taken a bit of time. Yeah, it's not like you can really go that far either. You see, Roxy said Cassie. And I mean, like, we're playing as Cassie, right? So, therefore, this is, like, what Cassie is hearing. Which means that, like, she's still alive because you're not going to hear people when you're dead. Um, so somehow Roxy finds a way down to Cassie, and Cassie is still alive, at this moment at least. So, yeah. So this just like goes to show that okay, we're probably gonna play as Cassie in the next game, and that's probably gonna be like how to get out from wherever she is now. So yeah, and of course like we will hopefully get all of the answers in the next game. But so far I'm thinking that this isn't Gregory betraying Cassie, and whether that be because it was the mimic doing it or Is actually Gregory speaking the whole time? We don't know. I personally think it would make more sense for it to be Gregory because, I mean, like, he's after all saying we can't let it follow us. You know, like, and why would the mimic be like, oh, we can't let the mimic follow us out, so I gotta, like, cut the cords for the elevator. And I don't really see how the mimic could cut the cord for the elevator either. Um, because I would think that you would have to cut the cord over the elevator, and I don't see how that would be possible for the mimic because the elevator seems to go up, and then so the mimic would be underneath. And unless like the mimic could like pull the elevator cord like underneath or something, if there is even a cord under it, I don't know. Then I mean, it would have to pull really hard for it to like then fall. And well, of course, it's an animatronic, so that could be possible. It's just, I mean, unless the mimic is an idiot, I would say that it would be better to just wait until the elevator, like, until Cassie gets out and then get the elevator to go down again and take it up. Like, because, like, all this time, the mimic is trying to escape, and cutting the elevator that would let you escape, like cutting the cord and making it so that that elevator doesn't kind of exist anymore, that doesn't make it easier for you to escape. That just makes it harder. And I'm not going to say that it makes it impossible, because, I mean, no, but yeah, like if all you're trying to do is to escape, you're not going to make it harder for yourself, you know? So, yeah. And also, like, probably a lot of people have figured out already the Candy Cadet story of, like, the mother and son living in the woods, and then there's a monster in the woods, and the mom traps it in the basement. And then, since it is like making scary noises at night, the mom sings the son a lullaby, and then eventually the monster learns the lullaby. And while the mom is out to get some food, I think it was, the monster that I've now learned the lullaby sings the lullaby and gets the little boy to open the door. I mean, like, that is basically just the tale of ruin, which I guess many people have probably understood already. And it's not like, exactly the same, like it's not a mother and son, it is Cassie and no parent really. Um, so yeah, and the monster that is, like learning the lullaby is really just, mimicking Gregory and then tricking Cassie to open the door in the basement. So yeah. And I just like, finished Game Theory's video yesterday, and they were just like, "Oh, what could the story be? Could it be like, I don't quite remember what they were saying, but it's just like, no, like to me, it's pretty obvious that like it's the story of Ruin, pretty much, and it's not like literally a mother and son. It's not even a parent at all. It's all about a tale of someone being tricked to release a monster. So yeah, that's what the tale is. Like the monster learns to mimic um, something that seems, like safe, something that you're gonna trust. So sure, in the story it's a lullaby, but in the game it is a friend's voice. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, if you want to see the other endings, there are two that are known at this point, anyways. So if you want to see those, I recommend watching this video, and this is part two. So if you want to see the full playthrough, I recommend watching part one first and then part two. Um, I mean, you could watch part two first, but then, yeah, I think it is maybe better to watch part one first. And I mean, like, I guess we pretty much all knew that this was what was going to happen, like that. It wasn't going to be Gregory that was trapped in there. Um, so, sorry for spoilers, if, I don't know if it is, like, spoilers for most people anyways, because, like, I feel like a lot of people have either, like, played the game or watched a playthrough, maybe even both. So, yeah. But you at least don't know the two Wonder endings, though, so... And there might be more, but nobody has, to my knowledge at least, been able to find any other endings at this point. So maybe they will, like, later on, but not right now, anyways. But yeah, so I don't think that this is actually Gregory betraying Cassie. And some people have been saying, like, but she has, like, this thing implanted into her. Some people say that it's implanted into her eye. Some just say head or something. Some haven't said, like, where it's supposed to be, but, like, got it from the mask, so pretty limited of where it could have been implanted. But yeah, and that's, like, at the beginning of the game, like, she gets, some, like, AI stuff or whatever, like, AR, VR, I don't even know, like, some stuff, like, linked to the VANNI. So yeah. Some have been like saying that, okay, but like maybe that's what they don't want, like that maybe that's what Gregory and stuff doesn't want out. Um, but I mean, like, I feel like if you really want Cassie to not be able to escape, why would you, like, lead her to a place where she could escape, and then, like, make it so that she just falls. Like, I mean, like, if you really want to make sure that someone doesn't make it out alive, you just guide them in the wrong place, right? You wouldn't guide them in the right place. Because, I mean, like, the thing is that, like, if you were to just say, like, oh, go left, um, and then the person goes left, and then it's like, but there's nothing here, and then she gets caught by the mimic, then you could have just, like, been like, what, it was supposed to be left, and just, like, play dumb and be like, but the map says left, what that, like, what's going on, and then the person doesn't feel like they're being betrayed by you. But, like, letting them get to the elevator and then be like, I'm sorry, I gotta cut the cord. Like, why would you tell someone in their last minutes that you're going to betray them? Like, why not just, like, have the cord be cut and then be like, what happened, Like, that would be so much better. So, unless it is the mimic, just, like, knowing that this is gonna happen, that, Gregory is gonna cut the cord, which, how? So, yeah, so it's just like, yeah. And also, like, the, Mac is part of that system, So, yeah, there are also, like, plenty of other things that are part of that system that aren't really bad. Like, all of the security stuff can be found within that system and not in the real world, so don't really know if that's like something bad per se, that system itself. And also, that chip seems to just give you like some access to the system. I didn't quite catch what that was like supposed to be, or that she even got like, I heard her saying like "ow," but didn't quite catch what was around that. So, but anyways, um, yeah, that's this person saying he saved her just to kill her, huh? Like that doesn't make any sense, Like to save someone just to kill them, like. So that's why, I'm thinking that, well, I mean, she didn't die, so, and I'm thinking that was probably the plan all along, that she probably wouldn't die. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, we'll see, hopefully, in the next parts, um, and get the answers then. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and watch my other videos because that helps me being able to keep on doing YouTube. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you later.